So, nearly 100 years ago now, back in the 1930s, there was another race at Bathurst. And this is before the car racing. The Auto Cycle Union of New South Wales gained the use of a series of public roads around Bathurst to stage the New South Wales Grand Prix at Easter in 1931. This started the tradition of motorcycle racing at Bathurst at Easter, which grew to become quite legendary, especially when you consider the pitched battles on the top of the mountain between law enforcement officials and motorcycle enthusiasts. Anyway, back to the the New South Wales Grand Prix. It graduated to becoming the Australian Tourist Trophy and the Australian Grand Prix. The circuit was just under 7.25 miles, which is 11.5 kilometres for us metric guys. Well, these were the days of wooden ships and iron men, the circuit being entirely gravel, except for 100 metres of bitumen at the starting finishing point. This wasn't to help the riders out. This was because the sale yards were right next to the railway track, which was adjacent to the circuit. And sale yards are where they sell beasts, and beasts don't use toilets. And in order to stop shit getting stuck in your boots, they paved the area so it could be hosed off easier. There were corners named after Cable and Orton Park. There was a Devil's Elbow. There was a Suicide Curve, which when I went to try and take a photograph of it, I reckon it's been knocked off. Anyway, so the New South Wales Grand Prix was held on 4th of April 1931, and there were 40 riders in it. It was 14 laps or 100 miles, so it was a pretty serious race. Imagine doing 100 miles on gravel at a average speed of just under 100 kilometres an hour, including that bloody Devil's Elbow. 32, they got more entries. In 33, the event was awarded the title of Australian Grand Prix. And then in 34, it became the Australian Tourist Trophy, like the Isle of Man Tourist Trophy. They must have held these bloody everywhere. Because in Bathurst like having a whinge, and they started to get up the organisers in opposing the races, and the police were apparently similarly disenchanted with the meeting. And I suppose having this over Easter was a bit of a problem back then, because, you know, we were a lot more pious and God-fearing. But the police seemed to have a bit of opposition to motorcycles in Bathurst. If you Google Bathurst motorcycle riots, it's worth watching. Anyway, by 1937, the average jumped up to 112.17 kilometres an hour, and that was over 10% faster than when they first run the race. Local groups are lobbying for the races to be abandoned on the grounds of safety and disruption to the community. But the mayor was a motorcyclist himself, and he kept it going, and you know, he was a sensible bloke. Business knew that there was money coming into the town, even if it was bloody motorcycle enthusiasts. And it actually helped to leverage the creation of the Mount Panorama tourist drive, which they turned into a racetrack. And that's where they hold the bloody Bathurst 1000. So, 100 years ago, just about coming up, motorcycle racing helped put the Bathurst 1000 where it is today. Okay, viewers, I've ripped a lot of this shit off from the Australian Motorcycle News. They did an article in November of 2018, and the images, which were credited to a group called, let's see, Independent Observations. I've searched for it. I can't find it. I'm using it. If Independent Observations has an issue with the image use, please let me know. I'm not trying to make money out of this. All I'm trying to do is help people get some more ideas about motorcycles, motorcycle racing, and about the bloody town of Bathurst. So good on yous. Thanks for watching again, both of yous. And stay tuned to the channel. I might do a bit more history shit. I've come across some stuff about the Battle of Britain that I found real interesting, so I might rip some of that shit off too. Good on yous.